Now at 5, a Joplin garage sells cars for just $500 to help people get to work. Plus, tiny patients in Joplin's NICU dress up for Halloween. And
more than 40 million Americans could be struggling to buy groceries by next week. I'm Olivia Gazis at the White House with the latest on congressional efforts to secure funding for the SNAP program and to reopen the government.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
Missouri WIC families get some reassurance today their benefits will continue at least a bit longer. This is KOIM News. I'm Dow Quick. The state confirms Missouri WIC benefits will extend into November despite federal funding challenges. In a news release, the state says cost-saving measures Missouri implemented at the beginning of October have allowed the state to extend the benefits to WIC families longer. The Missouri WIC program provides supplemental food, health care referrals, nutrition education, and breastfeeding support to qualifying women, infants, and children up to age 5. Fathers, grandparents, guardians, and foster parents may also apply for benefits for the children living in their household. According to the release, Missouri WIC families are encouraged to continue to attend appointments and redeem benefits using their WIC cards until further notice. We're going to break down how much goes to families in our area tonight at 6. Due to the government funding cuts, our local pantries are working harder than ever to meet the growing needs of our neighbors. We're kicking off Feed the 4 States campaign early this year to help. Scan the QR code to donate. Your donation goes to a pantry near you. Tens of millions of Americans who rely on federal food assistance to help feed their families are about to have that help cut off. Amid the government shutdown, the Trump administration says funding for the SNAP program will run out November 1st. Olivia Gazis has more details now from the White House.
Okay, thank you.
Democrats on Capitol Hill are sounding the alarm about SNAP food assistance benefits not going out on Saturday.
If ever you met the definition of a disaster, it is hungry kids and seniors and disabled folks having nowhere to turn for basic nutrition.
Congress previously approved more than $5 billion for a contingency fund to keep the SNAP program going. But the Trump administration says it will not tap into that reserve. More than 24 states are now suing to force the administration to fund the program.
They are doing this on purpose. It is deliberate. It is intentional. They have the funds. They're just not using them.
President Trump was asked about SNAP benefits during his trip to Asia, and he said that they would, in his words, get it done. But not until the government is reopened.
All they have to do is say, let's get back to business, and we're back. There's nothing to sign, there's nothing to negotiate.
Some Republican senators argue more than 40 million Americans missing those benefits will force Democrats to give in the ongoing shutdown stalemate.
But people begin to lose their benefits. You got a problem with military pay, SNAP benefits. A lot of things happen bad this weekend. I'm hoping next week, hopefully after the election, that we can get the government back open.
But others aren't as hopeful.
Normally, when you're about to achieve a breakthrough, you're going to have more formal negotiations, probably with 3 to 5 members on either side, and then it grows from there. I don't see any evidence of that now.
The Congressional Budget Office now estimates the shutdown may have already cost the economy up to $7 billion. Olivia Gazis, CBS News, the White House.
Staffers working for House members will miss their first paychecks this weekend as well. Speaker of the House Mike Johnson says he will not reconvene the House until Senate Democrats agree to pass a funding bill to reopen the government. Let's check in with Chief Meteorologist Doug Heddy now for a first look at the weather.
And it turned out to be a cold one outside today. We've been in the 40s all day long. It's been windy. We've had wind chill factors really kind of sitting into the 30s throughout the day. Look at these winds, still northerly winds kicking in at about 10 to 20, but we've had gusts higher than that at times. We've been hitting 35, 37 miles per hour, which makes it feel pretty chilly. Now the winds will slowly calm down for us as we go through the night. The clouds will break up, the drizzle will move out, but our temperatures upper 30s to near 40 degrees. A little warmer tomorrow, plus the sun returns as we get into the upper 50s for highs. Tomorrow night, another cold one, mid to upper 30s, may get a little frosty tomorrow night. And then Halloween, we get some clouds moving in, but we go back to the 60s. And of course, we'll look toward the weekend here in just a bit.
See you soon. Transportation can be the barrier between the life someone has and the life they want. Higher Power Garage in Joplin is working to break down those barriers. The Barriers to Work program is selling 9 cars to deserving individuals. The cars are sold for only $500 each, enough to give the buyers a sense of ownership.
My sister has been driving me around because I started school too, and she sits outside waiting for me. So it's going to help me just to be able to get to school and pick up kids from school.
To qualify for a car, applicants must attend classes and meet income requirements. Still ahead, the Fed cuts rates again, but signals December isn't guaranteed.
The Fed trims interest rates to the lowest level in 3 years. I'm Bradley Blackburn with the data behind the decision and what it means for the nation's economy.
But up first, doctors practice stroke scenarios with actors to save precious minutes and lives. That's next in Health Watch. Topping today's Health Watch, on this World Stroke Day, experts are emphasizing that treating strokes immediately is critical, which means recognizing the early warning signs is key. Well, now a new study is helping patients get the care they need sooner, using actors to simulate real-life scenarios for hospital staff. Michael George has more.
What's going on? This woman's husband brought her to the emergency room.
This has been going on for like 45 minutes.
With signs of stroke.
Can you give me a big smile?
But the couple are actually actors. This is the simulation lab at NYU Langone Hospital, Long Island, where healthcare providers practice real-life stroke scenarios to see how quickly they can recognize the warning signs and act.
To identify knowledge gaps, address those knowledge gaps, and then work through the processes in a very safe environment where patients don't get harmed.
The patient in this scenario is experiencing a type of stroke which can be treated with a clot-busting drug or a procedure to remove the clot. Dr. Levi Digert and his team are watching as these neurology residents respond.
Part of the simulation is actually not only to recognize that they're having a stroke, but they're having a stroke that could be amendable to this new treatment, which is mechanical thrombectomy.
And research shows the program is reducing the time from when the patient comes in to getting the treatment.
We went from 90 minutes to 80 minutes. And we know that in the world of stroke, 10 minutes makes all the difference. It means you can get out of the hospital sooner, recover faster.
We're going to reach out to our neuro IR team and let them know that this possibly could be a stroke.
Fawaz Siddiqui says the simulations are helping him build a foundation to apply to his future patients.
All of it works to make you a better physician, better resident, and obviously improve patient outcomes.
Vision was going in and out. I had a huge headache at that point, and I couldn't talk.
The research hits home for Andrew Cunningham. He suffered a stroke last year at just 27.
There's no really other deficits that I do have besides the slurred speech and random headaches that I do have.
He credits getting the right care right away for his remarkable recovery. Michael George, CBS News.
It's estimated that more than 795,000 people in the U.S. have a stroke per year. Stress seems to go hand in hand with parenting. A lot of parents say a big source of their stress is feeling that their children do not listen to them. Experts have some advice. They say using the XYZ technique to target the behavior and not the person might help parents communicate more effectively.
You're not character assassinating, you're focusing on the behavior. In situation X, when you did Y, I felt Z. You're making it about a situation and the impact it had on you.
Experts say the sandwich technique also goes a long way. That's when you praise your child, nudge them with a correction, and end with encouragement to help them feel capable and not criticize. Not maintaining your internal body clock can have serious consequences for your health. An American Heart Association statement says disruptions to the body's circadian rhythm might increase the risk of cardiovascular disease, obesity, type 2 diabetes, and high blood pressure. Circadian disruption happens when a person changes their typical daily sleep and meal times. And that is a look at today's health news. A little bit later, our pet vet on call.
Hi, I'm Dr. Eva Dudek from Parsons Pet Hospital. Coming up, we're going to talk about Halloween candy and your kitty cat.
And we have a cold night ahead. What's going to happen over the next few days? We'll look at that coming up.
notice. Why in the world are you wearing all that junk?
Well, it definitely turned out to be a cold, damp, wet day for us today. Temperatures only into the 40s for most of the day, which kind of stinks. Plus, we had the wind, we had the drizzle all day long, and we are going to continue to see at least somewhat of this as we go through the evening hours. Drizzle's cutting off. The winds are slowly coming down. It's just going to be tapering off throughout the evening into the overnight. Still socked in with the clouds, some drizzle being picked up, especially in Missouri and also northwest Arkansas. All right, look at the winds. North winds 10 to 20, but at times we've been getting gusts 35, 40 across the region. It's going to stay super windy as we go through the evening, and then we're going to call it windy tonight. The winds slowly come down, but they are going to be up there. You can see our gusts start to drop by tomorrow morning. A little breezy for us tomorrow, but overall not too bad. All right, let me take you through time. Pretty much clear skies as we get into the morning hours. Upper 30s to near 40 degrees. As we go through the morning, sunshine, lower 50s by noon, and by the afternoon, I think a little bit warmer, 58, 57, 59 degrees during the afternoon hours. Tomorrow night, we drop back into the mid 30s, so we may get a little frosty in spots tomorrow night. And then on Halloween, we get some clouds that start to increase, but overall, I think Halloween looks good. Lower 60s, and then as we go into trick-or-treating time, quick drop-off back into the mid-50s. So here's about 7:30 p.m. And we may get a few sprinkles, maybe a few random showers trying to get in here Friday night and into Saturday morning. Day planner on your Thursday, 38 start, 52 by noon, high temp, 58. Also on Halloween, we have 4-state Friday night high school football. We are going to have some clouds, kickoff of games 57, 52 by the time we get to the fourth quarter of those football games. The reason we're so cool, look at our northerly flow right out of Canada, right behind this big upper level low that has been giving us the rain over the past couple days. This is going to shift east, but a little replacement. Not a lot of moisture. Another cool shot of air moves in late Halloween into Saturday. So Sunday's going to be cool, and then we get into this ridging. So pretty nice weather next week. So next week we're talking about 60s, 70s for afternoon highs. It's going to be a pretty good weather week. And then late next week, next Friday, next Saturday, we'll get another system that will drop in across the region. All right, let's look at your weekend. So again, a few scattered showers trying to pop up on Saturday, so we'll watch that. We cool down on Sunday. Sunday highs into the mid-50s, and then we start our climb. Lower 60s Monday. On Tuesday, we're going to go into the mid-60s, and we should get into the 70s a little bit later on in the week, which is going to be fantastic. 62 on your Halloween. Let's go 60 on Saturday. Slight chance for a few showers, chilly Sunday, and then 60s and 70s next week.
Those trick-or-treaters, they'll have to dress warmly, but at least it shouldn't be raining.
Yeah, not too bad.
Thanks, Doug. A trunk-or-treat event is underway right now at the Children's Haven in Joplin. This is a live look. Students from the Crowder College Surgical Technology program are helping to hand out the treats to all the boys and the ghouls underneath those umbrellas. It's kind of a rainy day out there. That event continues until 6 this evening. At Freeman West Hospital in Joplin, even the smallest patients got into the Halloween spirit today. Babies in the neonatal intensive care unit dressed up in costumes, from candy corn to tiny ice cream and popcorn. It's possible that some adults helped them. The staff also handed out candy and treats to parents, adding a sweet touch to the day. Coming up, the Fed cuts rates to the lowest level since 2022, but recession signals flash a warning. Topping today's Consumer Watch, Halloween's almost here, but it's not too late to find a last-minute costume. For the past 25 years now, Spooky Jake's in Pittsburgh has opened up shop in October, providing a place for partygoers and trick-or-treaters of all ages.
Last month has been the whole season, but it's been pretty steady. It's like most seasonal businesses, the closer you get to Halloween, people understand they have to go get their costume, or they need to go find the accessories for their costume.
Customers can take advantage of several deals right now. The store will remain open through Halloween. The Federal Reserve cut its benchmark rate again, citing continued weakness in the labor market. Reporter Bradley Blackburn has more on that decision and what we can expect from the Fed by the end of the year.
Wall Street rang in the trading day with optimism, expecting another rate cut from the Federal Reserve.
The Fed stuck to script. It cut interest rates a quarter point. That's exactly what investors thought they would do.
That 1/4 percentage point cut knocks the benchmark rate down to its lowest level since 2022. The government shutdown delayed key economic data, forcing the Fed to rely on private sector surveys instead. But the Bureau of Labor Statistics did churn out a belated consumer price index, which showed inflation at 3%, still above the Fed's 2% target rate.
The thinking is, I think it's appropriate, that this is one-off. It's related to the tariffs. Once the tariffs settle down and we all adjust, then the inflation will recede.
The real bellwether for the Federal Reserve, weakness in the labor market.
After the July meeting, we saw the downward revisions in job creation. We saw a very different picture of the labor market, and it suggested that there were higher downside risks to the labor market than we had thought.
And Americans aren't feeling so sunny about the labor picture either. According to the Conference Board, one measure of Americans' short-term outlook for income and job market conditions fell to 71.5. A number below 80 typically signals a recession on the horizon. The Federal Reserve could still be lacking key data when it meets again in December if the shutdown persists.
We're not going to be able to have the detailed feel of things, but I think if there were a significant or a material change in the economy one way or another, I think we'd pick that up.
This is the Fed's second straight rate cut, lowering borrowing costs on things like credit cards and auto loans. Powell said a third cut in December is not a foregone conclusion. Bradley Blackburn, CBS News, New York.
Final check of the forecast up next.
Charles Poe, a four-state hero.
Up next on the CBS Evening News, we're going to take you to some of the hardest hit areas of Jamaica to see the aftermath of Hurricane Melissa. Then on KOAM News at 6, at Joplin Garage selling cars for $500 to help families get to work. We'll have more. Plus, Chanute voters will decide on a new sales tax to help recruit and keep local businesses. And we'll see how Webb City's volleyball team wins its 5th straight district title. Stay with us for the CBS Evening News and KOAM News at 6. A lot of families want to share the fun and the treats on Halloween, and that brings us to today's question for our pet vet on call. Is any Halloween candy safe for my cat?
No, none, never. Not that one little candy will kill your cat, and cats don't have a lot of sweet receptors in their tongue for taste, so they're not missing out anyway. But if they get enough, it could hurt your kitty. It could actually kill your kitty. So you stick with the candy, and if you want to treat your cat, trap him a mouse.
We invite questions from anyone. If you have a question, just send it to petvet@koamtv.com. Dr. Eva Dudek from the Parsons Pet Hospital answers a different question or brings us a fun fact every Wednesday right here on KOAM News at 5. All right, let's check out our picks of the litter for the week. From the Joplin Humane Society, we've chosen this adult male shepherd mix. His name is Snicket. And from the Southeast Kansas Humane Society, this 6-month-old male orange tabby. They say he's playful and affectionate. His name is Cheese. He could also be a pumpkin this time of year. If you're looking for a pet, why not check out your local Humane Society? It's feeling kind of like late October weather, doesn't it?
It is. It's cold outside. It's windy. It's drizzly across the region. We're going to get rid of the wind, or at least majority of it, and the drizzle as we go into your Thursday. A little bit warmer, 58, 62 on Halloween. Cooling down just a bit over the weekend, but overall not bad.
The temps really very pleasant, in fact. Thanks for joining us. The CBS Evening News is next, and of course, we're going to be right back here for KOAM News at 6. We'll see you then. Let's make it a great evening.